so I did a little filming with understable mids, I did a little filming with stable or straight mids, and now I'm going to look at overstable or slightly overstable. I've moved to the other side of the park here because I want to throw into about an 8 to 10, sometimes gusting up to 15 mile per hour headwind. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see it or not, but trust me, it's there. You maybe can hear it on the mic. I have a 400 MX3, Glimmer MX3. I have a 750 MX3. That the two of them, I love the feel of them. I'm not a huge fan of the bead on the bottom. I don't know, kind of the Rock 3 bead, I guess you may say. I'm not a huge fan of that, but overall they fly great, they feel great. If you know Prodigy plastic feels amazing. So here we have another Prodigy one. This is the 400G M1, very chalky, no bead. It feels kind of like the MX3. Here's a 750 M1. Again, the 750 here is a little bit stiff, a little bit hard. One that kind of a love-hate for me, it's the MVP Vector. This one is, the underneath side of the rim feels a little odd. There's almost like a slipperiness, a slickness underneath the rim. There's not a definite edge underneath here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's kind of a rounded underneath, so your fingers can get in there, but they don't really hold on great to me. It's just it's personal preference. Here I have a pretty used Lucid EMac Truth, a pretty used Lucid Verdict, which is one of my absolute favorites. I use this for basically any mid-range shot where I need that 265 to 285, maybe 300 range, something that I know I can throw out nice and hard and flat. It's going to go straight. Then whenever it's finished, it's going to fade left. It's not going to fall left, it's going to fade left. And then last but not least, a Lucid Glimmer, pretty new Verdict that has a lot more stability than the other one. So off in the distance, you can see kind of the scruffy looking tree thing that's going on like right here. That's going to be my aim point, and then they're going to, hopefully the disc will just hook up and kind of slide to the left. From here to that bush line in the distance is about 265, 270. So I'm going to start off with the Glimmer MX3, 400 Glimmer MX3. A little low, went straight, kind of buried itself into the ground. That could have been a tick nose down. Here's a 750 Glimmer, 750 MX3. Again, I felt like I threw it good. It went straight, basically. Didn't really have a whole lot of fade to it. Here's the 400G M1. It was trying to fade out at the end. There's a decent headwind there. It's like I say, 8 to 10 mile per hour with an occasional gust. Here's a 750 M1, which should have decent stability. It's actually trying to slide to the right, and it's basically sitting on top of the other one. Now hopefully we're starting to get into something that has some stability, and that's the MVP Vector. Oh yeah, good glide, good penetration, good forward. Yeah, that one glided out to the left whenever it was finishing its flight. It didn't fall to the left. Here we have a used Lucid EMac Truth. I had to start that one on hyzer because if not, it would have wound up turning over, especially into this wind. Here we have a Lucid Verdict. I'm going to start it on a little bit of hyzer as well. Ooh, that gust. You can see it flipped almost flat. It and the EMac Truth are almost identical. I've had the Verdict for years and I've been using it for years, but it and the EMac Truth are almost identical. Again, the EMac Truth has that micro bead. The Verdict doesn't. So, well, the Verdict kind of does, but it's a little bit more pronounced of a feel on the EMac Truth. Here we have the Glimmer Lucid Verdict. This one's been used maybe 2 rounds, so it should have good stability. Especially when you throw it really, really high. Look at that, nose up, and it tried to bury itself. All right, thoughts. They all feel great. They all basically fly great. I keep the American flag Verdict, the Glimmer Verdict in my bag. The EMac Truth was in there for a bit. I took it out and I've replaced it with a Warship. If you need that overstable mid, they're all really good. They all have their little things. Some of them feel great, some of them don't. But I would test out, for example, the MX3s in no wind, fly fantastic with a nice fade, nice good fade at the end. Into the wind, obviously you can see they don't hit them much.